Let's go to Mike Davis, president of the Article 3 Project, and Brett Tolman, former U.S. attorney and Right on Crime executive director. All right, Mike, you've been banging this drum on these Presidential Records Act for, I don't know, a year. Why doesn't anybody else see this?
Because they are intentionally ignoring the Presidential Records Act. The Biden Justice Department is, and they keep talking about the Espionage Act that does not apply to a president or a former president's handling of their presidential records, classified or not. You are spot on with your opening, case closed. That's exactly right. I would also say, look at how Merrick Garland treated Biden and his stolen classified documents so much differently. It wasn't an FBI raid. He had the Biden Justice Department work with President Biden's personal attorneys secretly for 2 months to go gather these stolen classified documents. When he got caught, they appointed special counsel Robert Hur, who seems to be in no hurry to do anything. And the FBI went in for the 5th time, and they found another set of stolen classified documents. Did Biden's attorneys represent to the Justice Department that they did a diligent search and turned over all the documents? How did the FBI find these documents? How is that not obstruction of justice for real espionage? Vice President Joe Biden didn't have any right to these records. He wasn't a president.
Brett, you know the federal prosecutors here. You've been in this zone before. There has to be prosecutors that can't sleep at night because of this. This is really disgusting.
Yeah, I mean,
well, Jesse,
I was going to go to Brett on that, Mike.
Adage. So the old adage, Jesse, is the beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? Well, in this instance, the indictment is in the eye of the prosecutor. And what we have is a prosecutor that facilitated the conclusion he already reached. Imagine it's this easy, Jesse. This is how you would do it. You would interview several people that were surrounding the house or were in the garage and saw the Corvette and the documents, who were at his foundation and saw the documents, who were in Rehoboth and saw the other documents. You'd interview them and ask them whether they moved the documents. As soon as you got that information, you knew you had a conspiracy. Once you have the conspiracy, you'd see how they didn't come forward with the information soon enough. So then you'd charge obstruction. I can make the case for obstruction, for conspiracy, and for 30 plus, hundreds of plus counts for each document against Biden, against Hunter Biden, and everyone else that was part of that episode and that chapter. It's really in the eye of the beholder, and that's what we're watching right now. A Biden emphasized and led DOJ that's after a political opponent and doing it under the guise of legitimacy.
So advance this, Mike, for us. You're going to have this case go down in Florida. How long is it going to take? What are the chances on appeal? What are the chances he skates after the first go-round? How do you see it?
Well, I mean, if Judge Cannon is a very fair judge, the Democrats will attack her. They'll say that she's a Trump appointee. She got substantial Democrat support during her confirmation, so that blows their argument right out of the water. The government gets to control the prosecution. I hope that the Trump legal team moves for a dismissal of the indictment on the sufficiency of the legal arguments. I don't know if they're going to be able to get it kicked early. It might have to go all the way through the process, the conviction, the appeal to the 11th Circuit, and maybe even to the Supreme Court. But I imagine that the Supreme Court would reverse this conviction because the Presidential Records Act clearly controls here. Jack Smith knows about getting reversed by the Supreme Court. He got reversed 8-0 when he tried to take out the last Republican presidential candidate, Bob McDonnell, in Virginia.
All right, Brett, I'll give you the last word real quick.
I'll tell you what you have. You have a Trump team that has to mobilize right now. They can file a motion to try to get a bill of particulars, Jesse, that will allow them to look at what the grand jury actually looked at. And as soon as they have it, file the motion to dismiss this based on the presidential records. It's a specific statute, so it has precedent over any general statute. So they should win at that initial level.
All right, we'll see if the president's lawyers can get their act together. We'll wait and see. Gentlemen, have a great weekend. Thank you so much for your expertise.
Thank you.